we on. Hey, how you doing? I'm Clint with Clint's Conscious Community.
I'm Kobe.
Yeah, I'm the host and that's the co-host, and so we're here today, and we're gonna get at you. But real quick, as we get into it, we want to, I'm gonna say it the first line before we get started every time. I just want you to what? Think. That's all. I just want you to think. So we're gonna cover some topics today, and we want to utilize our intelligence, our science, the religion. We're going to grounding, prayer, affirmations, ancient texts, breathing techniques, quantum physics, astronomy, biology, the universe and the cosmos, and any and all other systems to awaken and increase higher consciousness to our community. That's what this thing's all about. And so we want your comments. We want you to come on in here. We want you to get involved, participate. We're going to be building and growing as we go along because we want to unlearn, to relearn, to learn. Forgetting and remember. Oh, man, I saw something on forgetting and remembering. Can you touch that real fast? Forgetting and remembering at the same time. or recovery. I used to call it back in the day, recovery and discovery at the same time. Woo! But anyway, that's down the line. So we're going to get started. What you going to I feel kind of loud. Well, okay, what you got?
We're here to remember, because a lot of stuff we have forgotten. We think that everything is new, everything is recycled. This has happened time and time after time again. So what we simply want to do is to learn and also to remember.
Remember, yeah. We need to forget, really, the premise here is forget what you think you know right now and remember where you come from and where we come from. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. God is spirit. We began a little bit of that, I think, the last episode or two. And in the Gospel of John, chapter 4, you look in there. But it says that God is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him more than spirit and in truth. But God is spirit. And so what is spirit? And we talked about that. We said spirit in the Greek, that word comes from the word pneuma. And that word is then defined as breath. God is breath. What is breath, Kobe?
Breath, prana, life force, energy, ether. It's in us.
Energy, ether. We are electromagnetic beings. We have power. We have creation within us. We are the deity. We are the sons of God, or we are God. I was telling you about a situation earlier. I had to tell that guy earlier today. He asked me who I was. I said, I'm God. I know that sounds kind of braggadocious or prideful, but when you peel back all the layers, that's who we really are. And even coming from different backgrounds or religions, your own biblical text will tell you that. And so, and also, while we're going to put up on the screen real fast, we've had a question about text that predates the Holy Bible, and I got a list of them. I think it's about 20, 22 different, maybe 30. I think. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but on this list I think I made like about 25 or 26 different texts. And it's got the dates on there of these ancient texts that predates the Bible. In fact, you can, when you do some more study, that you will find out that a lot of what we get the Bible and the Quran from, and then the other your more recent texts, is from some of these ancient texts. So that's a good resource for you to go start doing some study there. And so you said God is energy then. So what?
God is light. What is light? Light is electromagnetic radiation of any wavelength.
Hold on. Say that. You getting too deep for me.
Light is electromagnetic radiation
Electromagnetic
of
radiation.
any wavelength. That's what light is.
Okay.
That's what's light.
So power, these lights we got coming, beaming in our face right now, it's energy.
So wavelength of electromagnetic energy.
Yeah.
1 John chapter 1 verse 5 states, this then is the message which we have heard of him and declare unto you that God is light. What does that tell you?
Yeah. And then it says, and in him there is no darkness at all.
Mm.
Okay. So anyway, the point here, energy, vibration, frequency. And you know, our scientists and our researchers and our quantum physicists, they tell us now that energy, of course, never ends or stops. It only transforms.
Energy never dies. It only transforms.
It transforms, right? When we go from this body, we go into another place.
Death does not exist because we are energy. On an even higher level, we are consciousness. But we are energy. Energy never dies, only transforms.
So
Correct.
death does not exist.
Death does not exist.
Okay, in this 3D realm that we live in.
Yes.
We call death. Well, what we call death is actually a portal to other dimensions.
Correct.
Okay. So, and that's good to know. And see, that's why now I understand, or I comprehend more now, why pharaohs and great leaders of the lands of the ancients would allow themselves to be mummified. Can you imagine? You're the leader and you're going to go ahead into a chamber and they make a big pump to do about it. And they put you in there because you must have knew something that you was not going to necessarily die, forever, but you was going to a certain place or to another dimension. And see, back then they had those mystery schools. They had all of those different things. They had breathing techniques to what we've been talking about here.
The mystery schools, is it the one that Jesus went to?
He did. When he left to go to Egypt, when he was a little boy.
Between the ages of 13 and 30, is that correct?
Yeah. He went to the mystery school. They also said he went to China. And he learned how, what the healing they call it, the Qigong healing.
Wow.
Learning how to move energy through their hands.
Wow.
And see, a lot of this information has been stored up and stored up in a few places, like the Roman Vatican Church, where they got that huge vault below the Roman, in Rome, the cathedral. They got a huge vault of stolen artifacts and hidden things, whereby it reveals a lot of the information from the ancients.
Why is it not in the museum or something for us to see?
Well, I don't think people want us to get to know about it. I don't know. But this is why we're having this, so we can ascend to higher consciousness. It's not about trying to be involved with this and hooking up with that and all this system and all that kind of stuff. It's about ascending, understand who you really are. You are God. You are deity. You have creative power on you. You are special. You are awesome. And this is what we want to do on this what we call it? This podcast.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's get to some of this stuff, man. It says that number one here, there is a power greater than you are, which you can use to make your life vibrant, successful, and happy. Now, really, that's what, back in the day, you had said, what the world needs now is love, sweet. Everybody know that song? Okay, forget y'all. But anyway, but the power is not necessarily really love. It's higher consciousness, whereby then you're able to love. Because really people, love is really kind of hard. Folk, loving around here nowadays, folk don't love too good at all, But there's a power greater than you that you can use to make your life vibrant. And so you talk about Jesus, or no, you talk about Yeshua, aka, or also known as Jesus, because when you really study that out, that to me, that was his, the real character's name. Okay.
Or Yahweh. Yeah.
Oh, Yahweh. Yeah, right. So, but we do know that the name Jesus was given later on and added in for different reasons. So, again, you can research that. But anyway, let me get to one of my slides. We're gonna put up a slide. Brother Aaron, I got a slide I want to put up. The black and white one. It says it's beautiful to be alone. You got that? Cool, right. It says, and I got criticized on this one pretty big too, because one of the things, when I ascend to higher consciousness, I really like being by myself. I really found out that I've got peace with myself. I know who I am. I'm not perfect. I am way from perfect, but I am the genius of my life, and I like me. Because if you really can't love yourself, so we're going back to love. If you can't really love yourself, you are really not able, or you can't really love anything else.
Incapable, correct.
If you don't love yourself first.
Right.
So the statement says, read that for me. You got it? Right there.
It's beautiful to be alone.
Uh-huh.
To be alone does not mean to be lonely.
Mm.
It means the mind is not influenced or contaminated by society. Wow.
And because people can't really think longer than about a certain thing, no longer than 5 seconds. I remember, especially as a boy growing up, I used to hear the word. I mean, it's a word. I really don't hear this word too often anymore. But when I used to go to school, and I'm a little boy, fidgety and restless and all that kind of stuff, much like a lot of the same boys, particularly brown skinned boys today, active, and they used to give me this word, concentrate. We don't hear that word too often around here, don't we? What is concentrate? What does that mean? Focus your thought for a purposeful, extended period of time, thinking about that one thought. Concentrate. And that's one of the things that I was in the back. I was doing some grounding, a little bit before the episode tonight, and it was just so good. I was in my backyard, and I was just looking up in the sky, and I was doing some grounding. So I started doing some exercises, but I was focusing my thought. So that's why breathing techniques are so important. You know what I'm saying? Because you focus on your breathing, you focus on, and see, I can guarantee you one thing. If you run out of breath, you're going to focus on your next thought about breathing, because most of us breathe, we think, really for survival.
Your consciousness is drawn to the biggest distraction.
Whoa.
Your consciousness is drawn to the biggest distraction. So if you can focus on your consciousness is drawn to the biggest distraction.
That's why people are you can't even pay attention to them.
If you were to hear a loud boom right now, everybody would, what is that? That's where your consciousness goes. Attention goes where consciousness flows. Well, energy goes where,
you move your energy to that. This is why I tell people a lot of times something good happened, and I know I'm gonna get some flack on this one. Okay. That's what we're gonna do on this show. I'm gonna say some things. But the first thing they want to do, glory to God. Amen. Lord, ain't he good? Glory to God. Won't he do it? There they go. And you know what do you know by doing that, what are you doing? You're giving away all your energy of something that really you did. Because God is not micromanaging everybody's life. You know what I'm saying? He's the creator of everything, of all creation, all creatures and all creation. He's not managing your everyday. I mean, if I was, I know I ain't God, but I am God of my life. And I am God. But think about it. I'm just thinking, would a God create you and create everything around you so that you can sustain yourself and be yourself and all that kind of stuff? And then he gotta tell you to wake up in the morning, or to brush your teeth, or to pay your bills, or to go to work or not to go to work, or how to spend your money and all that. I don't know. That's kind of challenging for me now. I used to think that, but now as I ascend to higher consciousness, I determine that. I do that. And so what happens is when things happen good, because of things, how I've learned how to manifest for myself, for my life, because I am God. And I'm using these principles, some of these principles that you talk about, Yeshua learned in the mystery schools, those principles that oftentimes religion don't teach.
Apocrypha text, if you want to know about the mystery schools, I know they don't really touch on it in the Bible. It's called the Apocrypha text.
The Apocrypha text. I think the other book is the Book of the Holy 12.
The Gospel of the Holy 12.
The Gospel of the Holy 12. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The Numi Elish.
The Numi
Elish.
Those on that list that I gave early on, you see all of those books, right? Those ancient texts, whereby you can get more of this information. So anyway, let's kind of keep moving on. But I want to deal with this one part. It says it's beautiful to be alone. To be alone does not mean to be lonely. It means the mind is not, here's the key thing, influenced or contaminated by society. And so that's why, if you look at it, we got iPhone, computer, phones. We're constantly being influenced. They influence our food, our medicine. They're putting drugs in the air, the water, and all these things have chemicals in it. And then those chemicals is affecting the mind. And you can't, and they know that, so they're dumbing down. They've dumbed down society so that our level of consciousness is very, very low. It's very, very low. And not to most people, and so that's why we need to work to ascend to a higher consciousness, because I believe that is our only really recourse, because we're things are getting worse and worse and worse. I'm going to talk about Israel in a hot minute.
So that's why alone time is best, because you have the fewest distractions. Is that correct? So it'll be easier to transcend, right?
But what if you don't like yourself?
But that's gonna be kind of hard.
What you need?
So you're gonna have to love yourself first before you can evolve.
Well, I tell you what.
Saying?
Yeah. We use that. We talked about earlier on. We talked about forgetting and remembering. Now, in the biblical text, it will say, forgetting those things which are in the past and pressing forward to the mark of the prize of the high calling in Christ, high consciousness. Forget, I think we said, forget of what the world taught me to be, because I've been contaminated and influenced from the day I was born by this world. I need to forget that. That goes back to unlearn, to relearn, to learn. And so I got to forget that so I can remember. I'm God. I come from God. I am deity. I'm creation. And I can manifest. And I understand the laws of attraction. I understand the laws of forgiveness. I understand these laws of love. And I can walk with power. And I'm not going to give away my energy. I'm going to move my energy for the things that I want to accomplish in my life. Is that what you're trying to say?
I like that. Is that how God was healing people? Is that how he was healing people? Because he was moving that energy? Because he was through his hands, right? That's the Qigong.
I've seen videos and I've seen a lot of research now whereby they have a lot of, they're teaching these things, but they're not telling the public, but they have their, CIA and top, military people. These people are developing the capability because they've hidden this information, and a few people do have, these capabilities, but they're using them for, I would say, purposes that don't benefit the masses. I think that's the best way to say that.
So Jesus wasn't telling us to give our power away. He was showing us that the power that he was portraying.
What you say, boy? Yeah, man.
That's what we're capable of as well.
Yes. That's why he said, the works that I do, greater works you should do.
What's the other one? Greater is he that is in me
than he that's in the world.
Greater that is.
If you want to compare yourself to somebody.
Greater he that is in who?
Me.
Oh.
In me. In me. Where Luke 17:21, where the kingdom of God is where within you. It's within inside of you. And see, that's what higher consciousness. We're talking about just have faith. I'm not talking about just believe. I'm not talking about do the 10 Commandments. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about ascending awakening yourself to a higher consciousness, not to a higher way of believing, but to a way of knowing who you are. Anyway, I gotta move on. All right, now what was number 2? I gotta get back to number 2. I didn't get too far, did I? Number 2. It says this power is the universal creative mind, the subconscious mind, and you are using it now, and you can't help using it. You use it regardless if you know it or not, because we're giving out energy, right?
What is it? The power is a universal creative mind.
Yep.
The subconscious mind, and you are using it now. You can't help using it. So the subconscious mind, for those of you who aren't aware, is the big brother or the big sister mind to our conscious mind, what we use in our everyday lives. You go place to place. Imagine you're in a car and you're driving, and then you start daydreaming or something. You stop paying attention. You stop being consciously aware, and then before you know it, you're at your destination, and you're just like, how did I get there? Wow, I made it home. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, so you're consciously aware. Therefore, your subconscious mind was using it without you even being aware. That's why you can't help using it, because it's a cycle. It's a system within us. It works. It just works. Now, if we can ascend and work it, I tell them that it's just like we cut the switch. I can go hit the on the wall, hit the switch, and cut all the lights off. So light, and we ain't got no light. Or I can think and go cut the switch on, and the light will come on, right? And so, and see, unfortunately, people are lazy in their thinking, and this is why, again, in Clinton's conscious community, I want to encourage people. I want to, motivate people. I want to give people some tools that will help us to exercise our minds so that we can grow to a higher consciousness. You follow me? So that we can then ascend and escape the matrix, this crazy stuff that is affecting everybody. And see, it's only when you ascend that you will get out of it, because every system in this world is falling. How much time we got, Aaron? Where we at?
8 more minutes.
Okay, cool. Okay, right, good. Right, good. Okay. Let's keep moving. Number 3. Number 3. You go for it.
All of us live and move and have our being in the great intelligence that makes up the universe in the world.
Uh-oh. Now I think go ahead.
So every single one of us create this reality that we're experiencing. So is this stating that our realities are created by the manifestation of the collective consciousness?
Okay.
Wow.
We'll slow that down. What's the first thing you said?
Our realities
are
created by the manifestation of the collective consciousness. Okay. So every single one of us is creating this experience for us.
So the energy that I gave out yesterday, the thoughts that I have, because thoughts are energy. Thoughts are energy.
Thoughts are things, correct, yeah.
So if I have negative thoughts, I'm giving off negative, low vibration, low frequency energy.
It doesn't just disappear?
No, it don't just disappear.
Wow.
No, and that's when people, well, I ain't said so. No, and see, that's where sometimes religion comes in, because I ain't said. Well, you started.
And what is the thought? A wave of what?
Say it again. You say it better than I do.
A thought is a wave of light. Every time you think a thought, which is a wave of light, it goes out into the atmosphere. It creates something,
And the scripture, I'm thinking even a lot of biblical text that talks about, don't let a man think. But anyway, I ain't gonna go there. But so thoughts are energy, and when you give off low frequency, low vibration thoughts, those magnetic, they go out, and they're gonna, then the law of attraction and the law of sowing and reaping kicks in, because what you sow, you shall reap, and that's why sometimes people, why does this keep happening to me? Because you keep thinking about it. You keep giving off that energy to that thing. You're feeding your demise.
I was just at work the other day, and I was telling one of my friends, she was like, I don't understand why these things keep happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining it to her. I was like, well, yeah, when these unfortunate events or these circumstances come up, you tend to tell others about it. You tend to recreate those experiences in your life over and over and over because you're giving what to it? Energy.
Yes. And then we have bad science that I'll say, to me, bad science, because it talked about it tells people to go ahead and talk out your feelings, go ahead and talk out your emotions. You know, we come through, I think, about 20-30 years of you know, medical mental science, whereby, you know, we gotta, but no, talking out your, I don't know if anybody realizes, but you know, talking it out ain't really fix nothing.
So are people paying to create their demise with these therapists?
Ooh boy. You know, and but we know they in there to make money, you know, really the bottom line. But you know, but this is what higher consciousness is like. Because now I'm aware of that, you know, if I can create my own thoughts, I can create my own joyful, healing, prospering thoughts. And this is where you get into the affirmations and the breathing and you know, the techniques whereby you're doing these things, and what they do, they say open it up, your chakras, and start opening up to your pineal gland, whereby then the copper and the carbon monoxide, the copper and the carbon monoxide in your brain mixes, and that is the magical solution that causes the creation of things in the universe. That's a whole nother thing that you need to go study, but we have to ascend to that, you know, and we can't give away our energy. Gotcha. Yeah, we can't give away our energy. You got to keep your energy because you really need your energy. You really need your energy, you know. You really need your energy. Okay, all right. Number 4, then we're gonna get out of it. It says this universal mind is receptive to thought. It creates what is projected onto it. It creates what is projected onto. See, when you thought, you project, you send out a projection of a desired thing. Shoot, you know, it's gonna happen. You know, I'm gonna be late again. Ooh, that's why you always late. Oh, I ain't gonna be able to pay my bill next week. That's why you always short. I'm talking about not in saying it, in thought. Okay. And so we have to do some things, okay? I really want to get this thing because I know we got more time, but no, we wind it down now. But I was on Facebook earlier today, and I saw a post, and I like to talk about current events too, okay? So we're gonna switch gears right now. I'm talking about current events for a hot second. The current event. As you know, Israel has retaliated, and you know, basically declared war, and you know, they are sending, you know, I mean, America sent the largest warship on the planet over to Israel to help them, and so I mean, things are going down, and we live in a very volatile world. But anyway, I saw. Do we have that on screen, Ann? Nope. Okay. All right. Good. I get it. But it said it showed the picture of an airplane and had a lot of men on the airplane, and the caption read that these Israeli men from all over the world are coming back to Israel to destroy and kill Hamas. Okay. So you got Israelis coming from all over the world. You got the United States backing them, and they're coming to kill and to destroy Hamas. Now, Israel has been in this war with these people for a long time. And the truth be told, you know, America and Israel has had a lot of covert issues whereby they have done a lot of, you know, wicked things to people over a long period of time. And I thought about that comment, and so I responded, you know, because here's my point. I said, well, what if Africans were to get on a plane and go back to Congo, Libya, Egypt, all the places whereby they have been, I mean, country after country has been ripped apart because of Western European, invasion. What if, Africans from all over the world, and think about, the captain said, to destroy, kill innocent women, men, and children. I just want you to think about that. That's all. That hurt my heart when I saw that. That's what I want to get to. That hurt my heart. And yet you got people praying for, the destruction of Palestinian, and we really don't understand or quite comprehend the scope and the dynamic. These people are ready to die because they've been victimized and oppressed for so long. I'm not saying one side right, one side wrong. All I'm saying is to want somebody to die or to be destroyed. I comprehend somewhat of the things of war, but for people to just quickly jump on and say, kill them, destroy them, we live in some times.
We're all reflections of each other. So when we wish harm against another, we're really wishing harm against ourselves because we are those beings.
We take on that energy, don't we? And so we have to always fight to, again, not to be contaminated with the society and the way the media and all the things are just flooding all this information. And we just don't think. We just don't think. Think about that for a minute. Love thy neighbor as thyself, as one ancient text would say, the mantra or the theme of the religion. So, all right, we are done. Again, we just want you to think. I had a joke. Oh, can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
I can do that. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. There you go. Okay. Here we go. Because I like to have fun. Y'all know that already. Here we go. Now, if it's good, go ahead and laugh out loud, okay? And again, and then Elaine, I need to see you. I need to talk to you. It's a couple of y'all. Ryan, I saw you earlier today. So, hey, man, right on. Good to see you. And so, but it's a couple of y'all know y'all going to be on the show with me. So come on, get in. And we got some more things. But anyway, here's the random joke for today. It says, you're American when you go into a bathroom and when you come out. But what are you while you're in the bathroom? I'm going to say it again. You're American when you go into the bathroom and when you come out. But what are you while you're in the bathroom? You're European. Okay, this is clear. Clean conscious community. We appreciate you. Get on out here, man. We talk to you. Have a great day. Grand Rising. We love you. We'll see you again.